Let me know if you are here. So, dreams to reality. Have you ever felt? Let me know if you are here. Okay, I can hear myself. So, good. We are live. Have you ever felt after a call with your business coach, with your business bestie, whatever, that it just added more to your to-do list? First, you got so excited, but the next day overwhelmed and pushed the task, what you just added to your list, to the next week and to the next week. And then you ended up actually couldn't even be bothered to move it to the next month. You beat yourself up. You could burn your whole annual plan to the ground every other month. And it's like, it is okay to flow with your intuition, and then new things are more aligned. Have you ever been there? Have you ever done that? I definitely been there, done that. And of course, it is your business, right? And then you can run it the way like you feel like running it. But is it really your best interest? I'm not sure about that, right? We are not sure about that. But what if I would tell you that there was one crucial step you missed and why everything actually went to south? So let's talk about that. Let's talk about that one step, what you were missing, and what will help you in the future to make sure that you follow through with your dreams. So, welcome to the Transform Your Dreams to Reality Masterclass. This is part of one of my offers, which is in the Vision Mastery. Let me just fix the presentation that we have full screen, and then we can go from there. So let me know in the comments, have you ever pushed anything to the next month, next week, and to the next year even? Been there, done that as well. It's a shame, isn't it? It's a shame that at the moment when we come up with the plan, it feels so exciting, but we never follow through. So let's get into this. This masterclass is for you if you have this drive to do something, to the mission, it is something that you want to do, is your business, but feels like with certain goals you just hit walls all the time. Oh my God, it even rhymed. How cool is that? It is for you if you tried all sorts of goal setting and productivity techniques and even creating vision boards and so on and so forth, but never really worked any of those. You feel like there is so much you want to do, but have not enough time, always running behind. That was definitely me. And let me show you the way I help my clients, my OBMs, and I keep my 5 different projects on track as well. Although I am a Gemini, right? We are flowing where we want. I am a manifesting generator, big times, right? I just can't do one thing at a time. It bores the out of me. And I never considered myself a finisher. And I kind of think these labels, right? Because all of these were justification just for the behavior. I wasn't finishing, I wasn't doing it. Yeah, it's okay to hop from one thing to another. And I just need to hack myself, right? I got to the point where I knew that I need to hack myself. And if that's for you, then I hope this little masterclass will help you as well. So with this tiny little bit, what I will share with you, I'm able now to keep track of my projects easier, put my goals on more realistic timelines, not get overwhelmed with all the things I'm doing, can adjust my plans and resources easier. It helps me also forget things. Yes, you heard it right. I can forget things, and I allow myself to forget things, not beat myself up, because this step, what I will show you now, helps me to keep on track and helps me to go back to whichever project I'm working on and get clear on, oh yeah, okay, this was the plan, this is what I wanted to do. It allows me to see more clearly, set my own and the clients or even my team's expectations properly. And sometimes we even surprise ourselves that we are done with the things before even due date. How cool is that? Yeah, I love it. Like, oh wow, okay, that's cool. So let's cut to the chase, because this is a no fluff zone, right? I hate those webinars where you sit there for 30 minutes and you learn nothing, just that they have something to sell. So with that said, the planner is in the description. Grab it for yourself and let's get moving. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. I will stop and check the comments time to time, or if you are watching the replay, #replay, and then we can go from there. I'm happy to answer your questions. So the number one issue with your to-do list is the things on your to-do list are too complex. Yes, you heard it right. These are usually too complex stuff. And that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. If you are not getting overwhelmed, if you get shit done, then at the end of the day, it is fabulous, right? But if it's too complex, you usually go into procrastination, overwhelm, not even having the headspace to clear things down. Those are usually full-blown projects, even if it's not a launch or a masterclass or creating a product, but usually those are full-blown projects, but at least a semi-complex process that you most likely never done before, right? Those are the things what we like to push towards the most, towards the end of the list the most, right? So you sit there usually not even sure how to get started, or even if you get started, you realize you don't have the time to create or find the things or research or prepare. You know the drill. You know what I mean. Let me know in the comments if it's like that, if you can resonate with that. So let's solve that. Let's go to your list. Okay, let's go to your to-do list. If you are watching the replay, then just stop and grab your to-do list and pick something. Pick one of the to-dos, what you are actually pushing for days, weeks, or months now. Add to the top of the sheet, grab a sheet, or if you open the Google document, then add it to the top of the Google document, and then we can go from there. Box checked, we are good to go. Okay. So that's our objective. Yeah, right? That's the goal, what we want to achieve. That is the thing that we want to accomplish by the time you want to accomplish it. That's usually a problem as well. We give ourselves not enough time to get shit done. Okay, so let's talk about the objective a little bit. In a vision mastery, we have a specific way to pick strong enough goals to keep us moving and motivated. It's a quite long process, and I put together the best of the best from the industry's methodology into one to make sure that basically it was an idea to hacking my own self, right? That I don't get into overwhelm and I follow through with things. I'm using methodologies from Tony Robbins, from Mel Robbins, the 90-day year as well, and vision boarding and mindset hacking and manifestation techniques and all of that. But now we can actually move forward. I kind of assume that you picked a big enough goal, right? You picked an objective which is not that complex, but it's still relevant and important for you to get started with. So how we make the objective happen? Let's ask ourselves a couple of questions. What is the overall goal with this objective, what you have on the top of the paper? How do you know you achieved it actually, right? What is the thing at the end there where you say it's like, oh, okay, I've done it, right? I can celebrate myself and move forward. What is the measurable outcome that I'm aiming for, right? We heard about SMART goal setting. We heard about other goal setting as well. I'm using OKRs, sorry, objective key results. OKR, where we really set those little tiny, even on the go during the project, little measurable things where you really see that you are moving forward, and if not, there is a space to adjust. It comes from, I think, IBM. developed it, or the project managers in IBM developed it in corporate world back in the days. But those really help you to see if you are on track. So add a couple of those, and what is your overall approach strategy to the task or the project, right? How do you attack it? How do you plan to go through that? Don't worry, I think it is easier if we are running with an example. So let me grab my own example. I was like, okay, this is the one I want to tackle down right now, because it's on my list. Huge shout out to my awesome personal PR strategist, Jessica JFab. Google her, she's amazing. But one of the things we added to my list is reaching out to podcasters, right? And it's on my list for a while, although I should have a process for that already ready to go, because we were doing that, not exactly that for clients, but something similar when we were running our podcast. And we have summit processes and so on and so forth. But actually for myself, doing the podcast outreach was never in my really the, Trello board, let's say. So with that example, let me answer those questions, right? What is the overall goal? I guess reaching a bigger audience, right? Definitely, that's one thing. What we want to achieve that. How do you know you achieved it? I've been invited and interviewed on a podcast, right? I guess that's a good enough goal. But is it? Is it really? It's like when you're manifesting and you're asking for money and you find a penny on the path or on the road, and then universe is like, we've done that. Okay, she received money. But it's the same here with the goal setting as well, right? How do you know you achieved that? I guess it's not just one podcast I need to be invited. So let's go further down the road. What is a measurable outcome? I guess the main goal is to get on 2 podcasts a month to get started with, right? Or for the whole year or whatever. And what is your overall approach? How we start the project? What is the strategy? So listing here, I need to find podcasters who have my audience, right? I can serve their audience, and they are looking for people to interview, right? And the content what I'm sharing is interesting for them. Okay, but where do I find that? Where do I find those people? I guess in communities. I could check Spotify. I can put together my my Dream 100 list, what ClickFunnels guy, what's his name, Russell Branson, recommends, and I create a list of the communities and of the people I want to be invited on, and I guess I start the conversations. I raise my hand in communities where people are saying that, okay, they are looking for podcast interviewees, and I send my media kit to people to let them know what I'm about. And what else? Do I have a media kit at all? That's a great question. I need to update the one I have for sure. You need your bio, you need your links together, that it's something that, on the go you put together, and then from there you are ready to roll. So we have the outline, right? I hope you see that actually put the whole task, quote unquote, task on a different timeline already, right? Because there are certain things what you need to do before even actually going out and reaching out to those people. So what do we need to get started executing that plan? And I encourage you to go through your own example as well. In this matter, it's like, what are the things what before you even get started? And even if you are thinking about outsourcing, right? If you are thinking about outsourcing, these would be the things need to get ready and outsourced or onboarded the VA to the task and share the process. Here are the things you need to use. Here are the steps you want to take, maybe involve the VA into the whole situation. But at the end of the day, you will be the one who is creating the media kit, or at least providing the details, right? Your bio, your links, and so on and so forth, your template and stuff like that, right? So there is always a step when we are planning any to-do or any process or any projects. What do we need to build? So I highly recommend you go back to your list, your outline, what we've just done, and start listing the things what you already have on your list, and you know that we need them. So in my case, this was the list. And then you can see here a list of communities I would definitely need, right? I can research the podcasters, people ask for guests. I need a list of the podcast, I guess I want to be featured on, right? The people who have my audience. And I definitely would need a media kit with the bio and description and links and the size of my email list and audience and blah, 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 right? Okay, so with that said, let's see what we need to do once we are ready to actually run that task, right? So, okay, I see I have certain things on my to-do list to get started with what we need to create or, populate or research or whatever. But what happens after we run the task? What are the steps you have to take? How often? How long? Right? Is it a one-time thing? Is this goal what you are working towards now? Is this something where you are like, okay, one and done, and then that's it? Or is it something you are planning to do every week, every day for 3 months, 6 months, a year, so on and so forth? Because that also sets it to a different or on a different timeline. The due dates when you need to get started and so on and so forth change according to that as well. So going back to my plan, right? Going back to my example, yeah, that's the word. What are the steps I have to take? So I need to schedule, I guess, time for myself, right? To go to the groups and the places where I can start the conversation with the podcasters or where people are asking, right? I need to check in. I need to reach out, or I need to comment on those posts that I am the person they are looking for, right? I check back after that if I got answers or not. Maybe that's a different time, or maybe the same time. I add 20 minutes to my calendar, and then I reach out, and then I check what happened in the meantime, since yesterday or since the last time I've done it. Have those conversations, right? If someone starts to write me back, I will need to have some kind of response there, right there. And if it's a yes, right? If they say yes, then I need to send the details, and then we schedule the call and whatever, however they are running their own show. So with that said, how often do I want to do it? At least 2 times a week, I would say. And how long? I guess it needs to be weekly basis, right? It's not something that I do only once and that's it. I want to be on at least 2 podcasts a month. So with that, I guess I need a little bit more activity, right? Now, if you look at your sheet of paper, it really starts to look like a plan, right? You have an outline, you know what to do, you know what you need, you know how often you want to do it. And I don't want to be that girl, but because I'm your process girl, right? It really starts to smell like a process. So let's summarize it. And this is what you should have. And I hope you are able to pause the video and follow along, but this is what you should have by now. We talked about the objective outline. What is the overall goal? How do you plan to achieve it? How do you know you achieved it? What is the measurable outcome? What are some other measurable steps during the phases? What is your overall approach and strategy to the task or the projects, how you will get started with it? What do we need actually to create, to build, to research in order to get started? Go back to your previous outline and start the things, list the things what you are already listed, and then think about how you actually run this task and how you do the daily operation, because there will be also certain things that you need to add. For example, a tracker would be amazing, right? For me in this podcast example, would be a great thing to know. It's like, okay, I applied, I messaged, but they didn't respond, it's so on and so forth. So I know at the end of the day what happened and whom to go back to and whom to follow up with and so on and so forth. Okay, so this is what we already have. The overview, reaching out to the podcaster, right? The goal is to reach a bigger audience, and that's my why, I guess, and help people to run a smoother business operation, grow quicker. I aim to be invited to put 2 podcasts a month. How? Finding suitable opportunities and starting the conversation directly or indirectly, right? Commenting or reaching out. How often do I want to do it? On a weekly basis, twice a week, dedicate approximately 20-30 minutes to start those conversations, raise my hand, and then on the go, obviously, I need to go back. So what are the things I need to build? Communities, list of podcasts, my media kit, the tracker, or some kind of pipeline to keep track of what's going on, right? How I plan to get started is create the things in the next X amount of time, right? So from the moment you see what you need actually to get started with the project or with the daily operation, you need to add to your timeline according how your calendar looks like, when you want to achieve that, when you want to work on that, how much time do you need in order to create those different things. And we like to be a little bit more realistic with it and add extra time and extra grace, I guess, to yourself. I run into this problem all the time that I think I can get things done in 2 days, but a call is scheduled, something comes in between, emergency situations, I don't know, something happens, and then I can't keep myself to my own plan, which is fine, right? The process or the whole vision mastery, if you join us, then you know that we have wiggle rooms, and I will teach that in an upcoming workshop as well, how to do that, how to be okay with not keeping yourself to the timeline, and how to adjust everything else according to that. But in an ideal case scenario, you set yourself realistic goals and realistic expectations, and you achieve what you promise to yourself, right? Once everything is set up to get started, then you can schedule time in your calendar to do the extra stuff, gather all the resources you need to one place, maybe a Google document or a task manager program, whatever you are using, and link that to the reminder. So even there are tasks, I used to do it all the time back in the days, from the line of the grocery store, I was able to do a couple of short tasks because everything was actually synced to my phone. Google Documents are available. I can message, I can comment, I can do certain stuff, and then things are just getting done. I don't need to sit actually at my desk, but I created the system that I can reach everything from all of my devices and so on and so forth. So this is a great tip for you there to make your life easier and to actually make sure that you are following through, even with things like, can be done in a couple of minutes or 10 minutes. Follow your own instructions, right? You sit down, you are mapping out, just like we are doing it now with each of your projects, with each of your to-do list items, and then you just follow your own instructions, or you hand it over to a VA. And then, what is the first measurable goal, what you achieved? I guess in my case, it could be the first interview. Yeah, right. You know how many conversations you need to have, how long it took, how many hours went into that. And now I can revisit my goal, right? And now I can adjust if it's needed, because now I can make an educated decision because I measured, because I knew what was going on. And now I can say, it's like, okay, is the two interviews realistic? How quickly got I there? Maybe some of the things what you have on your to-do list need a little momentum building, right? And you put time in there, and then or only after a couple of weeks or months or whatever will something come out of that. But from the first measurable goal, what you achieved, you can reverse engineer, and you can see now, okay, it is enough if I comment only on 10 posts because I got tons of interview invitations or tons of communication or tons of whatever, right? You are measuring it. That's why we need a measurable. Or is it really hard to get to a point? Sorry. It's so angry all the time. It's not true, but it's like he sounds like it for sure. So from the moment you achieved one of your goals, or at least one step from that, you can make an educated decision, reverse engineer everything, and see if the plan what you had is realistic, it's bringing you the results what you want or not at all, and you need to adjust. And I think it comes with experience, right? Ask people who are already doing it for longer, the certain things that you are doing for a longer period of time. Back in the days, for example, with marketing, right? That's one of the examples what everyone likes to come up with. Back in the days when I was starting, popping online and pushing content out there was enough for a couple of weeks, and then you got momentum and so on and so forth. But with all these algorithms, that went into 3 months. You need to be consistent for 3 months with your marketing in order to get some traction. Then it went into 6 months, and last year I even heard from huge names in the industry, it's 12 months, and that's it, right? And you just need to keep showing up and need to keep doing things, and that's where the moment starts. And if I look back at people I was following back in the days, 5 years easily went into from zero. 5 years easily went into their business, or they've done something similar before, and that's why they reached their goals quicker. But 5 to 8 years, right? That's the 8 year is these days the magic number. So what I want to say with that, whatever your goal is, make sure that you make an educated decision here as well, how long you will do until you get your first measurable goal or result out of the whole process, whatever you are working on, right? And then you can ask yourself, do we need to adjust? Do we need to more, less, whatever, right? But make sure that you have numbers and you have those goals, because if we are just throwing things around, right, then it's not measurable, it's not something that you can control, then it doesn't make any sense. So I hope it does make sense, because after that comes the daily operation, and this is the moment you can add to your weekly or daily to-do list actually the thing, right? And with confidence you can say, okay, I will be able to achieve this by the end of the week, or today, or within 20 minutes. I hope you see what I mean here with the why is that a problem, that usually the things on our to-do list are too complex or not prepared, or a whole project. So with that said, still might push it to another day if you have it on your task list, but it's okay, right? It's okay to not do all of the things from your to-do list. We need to prioritize, obviously, and we need to let things go sometimes, but on the other hand, the more easier, the more prepared you are, the better, and the better it comes out. I'm just seeing here, something is missing. Something is missing. The main page is missing, but this is the planner. This is the free planner I added to the description. Feel free to download it. And then I really went through the whole process with you, the questions, what I was asking here, everything is there. You really can just follow the instructions there and go through with that. So there is obviously more to vision mastery, right? So we were talking about the vision to the plan part today, but there are certain steps when it comes to your overall big vision mastery, as I call it. You look back at the beginning, right? What do you want to achieve? How have you worked in the past? Did it work? What do you need to stop? What do you need to create in order to get there? What is your future vision? Where do you want to be? And putting all those things together, you will have a plan, right? And that plan will be broken down just as I described to you, will be broken down to bits and pieces. We put that on a timeline, right? Because you cannot work on everything, and it doesn't make sense for you to work on everything that doesn't need your attention right now, right? In your plan, you have even launches for, December. You can completely forget about it right now. That's not there is nothing you need to do in order to move forward with your plans. So everything goes on a timeline, and then at the end, in phase 3, in the productivity fast track, I give you a framework where the regular process and reviews and ensures that you stay on track, that even if something happens, and even if you need to be a little more flexible with your deadlines and with your schedule and timeline, we meet those goals because of this framework, and you revisit all the time and you harmonize with your long-term vision, your actual life around it, right? So that's the big picture. What today's masterclass was just a part of that, but I do hope that this helped you as well, even without the whole process. And if you would like, then the process, the templates, the trainings is under a workshop kit. If you sign up before the 27th, I think, where I put the workshop, then you can even be there live with me, and then you get all the templates, the trainings, and the processes that help you go from the vision for a year or 5 years or 10 years to the daily operation and doing the things on an ongoing basis and making sure you have this feedback loop and you are always on track and working only on the things you need to be working on at the right time. So that's the full process bundle. I try to build a product suite for, all the businesses are on a different timeline or in different phases, and there are different amount of help what you need. And I know that there are people out there who are more than capable of doing themselves. They just need the template. They just need a couple of videos to make sure that they are on track and the process to follow, and then that's it. So that's something for the full process bundle. And then if you need a little bit more about what's included, you can see that here, really everything what I need to the process, what I give to my clients as well, and what we go through and what I'm using on an ongoing basis, the process, the goal setting sheets, the trackers, the planners to print out. I'm a huge, writing with hand type of person, and the journals, the vision board, and everything what we need there. There are also some bonuses I included to make sure that you really can be on track. And if you need to dig a little bit deeper in your dreams, then there is a journal for that. If you just want that 5-minute day success in the morning, in the evening, get focused, check your plan, go through that. I added also my CEO Day agenda. If you want to book monthly CEO days with yourself, then how to structure it and how to get the most out of that day, because these type of things are CEO day topics, right? These type of things are, you need to get out of the operation and really think big picture, setting goals, like looking at numbers and so on and so forth. Effective time management, it's always good to have a reminder. I also added with a Trello board as well, my perfect task bundle, where I help you really, I don't know, come up, or it's already there, the template is already there, help you organize your tasks in a way that it's easily outsourceable or for you easily organizable, and you know always what to do. I also added another journal as a bonus, passion and persistence, just to make sure that if you need that extra boost to stay persistent, then you can. And if for those of you who love to challenge yourself and push yourself a little bit, the 30-day productivity challenge is there as well, where you pick every day something to get those muscles really moving when it comes to that. So that's all included in the full process bundle. If you are like, yeah, Agnes, it's nice, but I purchased so many things and never ever use them properly. For those of you, I added the done with you option, the VIP weekend experience. You get everything what I just mentioned, but you also have 8 hours with me. We can put it however we want. And really go through the whole process with you. In 2 days, we set up your plan for the whole year, and not just the plans, but also the weekly, monthly action steps, what you need to follow through. And we create your system, and we create a methodology for you aligned with you, right? Just because it works for me and my people and my team and my clients, it doesn't mean that it will work for you. When we are working on this together, I can suggest things, I listen how you are doing your business, and then we can adjust the methodology around that and put into that. So give yourself a shortcut, right? If you are ready to take action, this is the time. I'm adding the links to the description. Just get your ducks in a row, right? And make sure that you do something, because it's the day of the recording is mid-February, and I know some people really got a hard time. January was just a trial type of situation, and they are just waking up, and that's totally okay. I noticed that in the last couple of years with myself, with my clients as well. But then let's get started, right? We can start the new year now. Spring is coming. Let's put a start date on that. And then, you are planning for the next 12 months, and it's totally okay. And maybe for next year, we put that also into the tracker that, okay, January might be a little bit slower as expected. So if nothing else, right, if you don't do anything else, then we have a live masterclass, or sorry, workshop coming up, where I show you my methodology, how to follow through. So we broke down your one of your tasks from your to-do list now, and in the workshop I will show you and share my templates and everything with you, how to actually follow through, how that daily, weekly, monthly feedback loop is helping you actually to get where you want to be, and make sure that you are following through with your quarterly goals and so on and so forth. You will get access to all of the templates as well for that amount of money, for $49. And then in this 2-3 hour workshop, we go through the steps how to make that happen. And if that's still not the price point what you are looking for, then I would love to invite you to lock in your early bird prize. We are launching the Spicy CEO Growth Hub, where what we just talked about, the templates, the bonuses, and the trainings are available for you. Every month we create a new process. Every month you get the templates and the trainings, what I just went through in the description now. You can attend the workshops live. We have additional resources. If you request that, then we will make it available for everyone, to make sure that it works for everyone as well. I help you to personalize those processes and make your outsourcing easier as well. And obviously, as usual, in the membership, you have a Q&A sessions, and I answer questions, and we just build that community. So if that's something that you are interested in, then #SpicyCEO, and let's get those juices flowing. It's a $29 membership. It's really a no-brainer. You've seen the price, even if you want to get just the processes, it's a higher number, and here you get every month something. Lock in your early bird price. I would love to have as many people as possible, that we can have a nice momentum, and then we can grow together, and I can create things what you actually need. Link is also in the description. So depending on how much help you need, you can have just the workshop with the templates. You can have the full process with the templates and with the workshop, with the trainings and everything. You can have me with you if you are like, Agnes, I just need the shortcut. I know I can do this myself. I know I can, make it happen. But actually it just takes so much time alone. I'm sick and tired of figuring out. This is what most of my clients say, right? It's like, Agnes, I know I can do it. I just need someone to push me a little bit further. And if you are like, yeah, just give me the processes and keep me a little bit accountable, then the Spicy CEO Growth Hub is for you. As an early bird offer, you will get everything what you would get in the full process, all in one bundle, DIY bundle as well. So yeah, I think even just for that, it is reasonable, isn't it? Okay, guys, so this was my offer. Thank you very much for being here. Let me know if you have any questions regarding the process as well, or regarding the offers as well. If you're not taking me on that, it's totally fine as well. You do whenever you feel like it. But if you ever were like pushing things away, right? Goals and dreams and all of the things what you set yourself up to, and it did not work. It did not came to reality. It was just pushed down the drain, and you were kind of okay with it, but still was thinking, oh yeah, what would have happened? Then this is the moment where you pick your amount of help, what you are ready for, and roll with it and take action. I'm not sure about you, but 2024 for me is on fire. Most of my people I talk to, they are on fire, and we all need that little accountability. We all need that little process to help us through. And if you are type of a flowy, feminine business owner, the spiritual business owners I work for usually like to be in the flow and go with the intuition. These processes give you the framework, give you the masculine energy behind your feminine business, so can float above it. And you seen, I give you grace, I give you credit, I give you time to celebrate. We can always adjust the plans, but we need to keep our eyes on the prize and focus in order to get where we want to be, because just starting things is not enough. And this is the year where we really can show that what we are built from. Okay, guys, thank you very much for being here. It was amazing having you. And if you have any questions, pop in the comments, and I'm happy to answer. Otherwise, the links are in the description. So have an amazing day, and hope to speak to you soon. Bye.